This is somehow so surprising.
That's how I do all my computer repair jobs.
It's in the bottom left of the map, spawning as the race Manderson specifically didn't want to play against. It is Damon's Manbon playing as the Teal Zerg.
And in the top right, it is our blue Terran player here with the fancy party hats on his SCVs. it's Manderson from Team 2-8.
I gotta also say that Manbon's being an incredible bro right now, and just straight up telling him this, as well as imitating imitating my intros. So entertaining nonetheless. So what do you think of this map?
I honestly have only played on this map once, and I think going by your analysis that we had on the show matches on Friday, I hate where the naturals are. I can't stand maps like this.
Isn't it? It's like it's kind of it's pretty irritating. You've got the
you've got your main
boxed in
base,
natural,
right? You got your main base in the center, and then the natural kind of goes up to the higher ground here. It's very small, very open to air, anti-mutas. And then
bitterness.
the third base is positioned more in the center. You have to expand. I mean, I don't think you should ever have to expand toward your opponent to your natural. I don't like that.
Yeah, basically, if you get the vertical spawn positioning, one of you is in trouble. Let's just put it that way.
Right.
And in a lot of other ways, the map actually does feel like Ultrazim, but tiny.
Yeah, it
like,
does. It does feel like
comparatively.
a smaller version. Yeah, it's still 4 players, but definitely there's a lot less space in the center of the map. Anyway, the bases, yeah, they seem to be configured fairly similar.
I'm only just looking at the center of the map because, like, I look, yeah, when you do look at the main base configuration, it's like, it's kind of like Ultrazim, and then you look at the mini map and you're like, oh my goodness, where's all that extra space in the center with the doodads and everything? It's just gone.
There's a hole here, there's a hole there, and that's about it.
Pretty much. It's a very straightforward looking map otherwise. Now, the thing is, with these two guys, I don't know. How much have you seen Manbon play, out of curiosity?
I saw him play one game as Protoss, and he rushed carriers.
Yeah.
That's not much to gauge by.
That's the thing. Like, Manbon is actually pretty good at StarCraft, but he's really unpredictable. Like, whether you're playing with him or against him, you really don't know what he'll do. He'll tell you, almost assuredly, if he's on your team, and then he'll try to do it, and then do something else. So you literally have no idea what's going to happen. It's part of why he ends up on so many Fun Day Mondays. He's completely unpredictable.
He's got ridiculous games, exactly.
So it looks like so far, though, he's not doing anything particularly unusual. Just a fast expand, build up a lot of drones, right. Get supply blocked for a bit. Yep. It's kind of where he's hanging out right now. Manderson, on the other hand, scouting around with that Reaper. He's going to figure out where his opponent is. Manbon does probably suspect that he is in the corner now. I'm pretty sure one of these positions actually got taken out. I know they did that on a couple maps. They just switched up the spawning positions just to make sure you couldn't get certain things because they were kind of unfair. But that's not unusual with a new map pool. So
this Reaper should survive, get out of there with a good amount of scouting information. So he's got a basic idea where Manbon's headed. He's building a lot of drones. He's got a few links out on the map, but that's mostly for scouting purposes.
Oh. It's not an extremely fast third, kind of a standard time third. Pretty much Manbon isn't doing anything strange at the moment just yet, and that's totally cool. But pretty much what we're looking at here is Manderson has kind of some time now. He can work on securing his economy, he can build it up a little bit, he can get that third command center in his base to increase the SCV production, and push his way up in units to get to whatever tech he has in mind. He can't necessarily actually take the third. That's a little bit risky because Manbon can just kind of switch out of this into a lot of lings and make that very hard. Right. But so far, it looks like Manderson is just going for pretty much bio-based into drop, probably with some... I don't know. He likes to go siege tanks, from what I remember. I don't know if he still plays that way, though. It's been a very long time since we've seen Manderson play.
Well, he does have a tech lab on his factory, so I mean, we're just waiting on the gas now, as far as I can see. He's got a little bit banked up, so maybe he's going to throw that into his factory pretty shortly here. His Ling's doing a dance with a Reaper around the watchtower, too, as they fight for vision.
Reaper pretty much always wins that unless they get speed, so About 20 more seconds, in other words. Reaper will be able to hang out there.
Yep.
Looks like Manbon isn't going to push the issue, though. He's content to just kind of hang out on the edge of the vision.
Yep. Manderson's content to get his natural up and running, and Manbon is building drones at his third, going straight into lair.
There's the siege tanks. And again, like it's a little bit strange because I know a lot of people aren't used to necessarily seeing this. This is kind of a Wings of Liberty-ish style of play. It can still be effective. You just have to be pretty good with your siege tank positioning.
Yeah, this is very, very old style. I like a lot of siege tank play when I watch Terran. It's really exciting to see them sort of build that tank line. I remember Day 9 analyzing one of his dailies. Oh, Spire, though.
This is a little bit rough. On this map, it is just very good. There's a lot of ways you can just dodge, kill a couple things, leave. There's a ton of empty space there, and you can even see Manbon just tossing in a changeling, keeping an eye on what's going on, just so you can do that a little better. Which apparently the changeling actually shows up as a Manderson colored dot on the map. I never realized that. I mean, for the observers. Normally, obviously, it does when you're playing, but go figure.
What game was it on Friday? Somebody. Oh no, it was Protoss. He snuck a drone into his opponent's mineral mine. And they
it was
didn't
sitting there
notice
for the whole game.
Yep.
Like, and it actually scouted something useful when he placed the Twilight. He placed the Templar Archives like right next to it.
Right.
So.
So, in tandem with the Spire, we have a Baneling nest going down. So, are we thinking Ling Bane? He's building up a crap ton of gas right now.
This is more than... I think it probably, but it's probably more just for mutas to get a small number of them out. As you can see, the Mutalisk, the Spire is actually just about to finish. So I wouldn't be surprised if we see a lot of it go into that. He'll be able to get... Yeah, there it goes. 6 mutas. So this is a pretty typical amount, and he's grabbing upgrades on top of that. So, yeah, this is definitely going pretty hard into airplay, though, as he's even grabbing the second Spire for more upgrades. So how this will do against this composition really comes down to how well the Marines are placed around the siege tanks. The siege tanks being where a lot of the gas is going. It's kind of like when you're looking at a Protoss player where they're building a lot of Colossus, a lot of Sentries. That big gas investment, if you can cut it off, you, at the very least, reset things. He doesn't have the siege tanks, he's forced back. He can't push out as far into the map. Same thing with Protoss. You kill off the sentries, the Protoss has to leave. He doesn't have force fields.
Yeah, there's a drop from Manderson hanging out outside the third here of Manbon. Sitting right under this Overlord.
Unfortunately, reaction speed not being too good here. Actually, for either player, as Manbon has not reacted either. He's going to boost him right there, and there begins the drop. And he'll be able to do some damage here. Gets at least the Queen. Mutalisks and Lings are coming to respond. He's gotten a few drones on top of that. He's going to pick up and go away, but unfortunately the Mutalisks have shown up. No, he got the boost off, and he's going to get away for the most part. Unfortunately, it doesn't last long enough, so down goes the medevac.
A lot of dead Marines.
And that really hurts. It's 10 supply down the drain. Yes, he did do some damage, but the question will be, of course, did he throw away a little bit too much? Not very much damage, actually. Just a Queen and 2 workers. So not really all that worth it. Just throw in a changeling, which gets shot immediately by that Marine.
Yep,
No scouting for you.
Response from Manderson, too. He's dropping missile turrets at, well, the Astral anyway. He doesn't have one down in the main.
This is not necessarily too bad. I mean, in order to actually get back there, he's going to have to swing around to the left of the map to actually do that. He doesn't want to run straight over the Marines. Generally speaking, that's always a bad idea. And I think right now, Manbon is actually just trying to get the feeling for the layout of the base, so he can figure out what attack angles he can even use with the Mutalisks right now. And he's going to know about the missile turrets, so he's not going to probably go straight at the natural until he has like a ridiculous number of mutas, and then he can just kind of ignore them. But that's that for now.
He's feeling crazy secure right now, too. He just dropped 2 more bases, going up to 5. Yeah,
he's going up to his 4th and his 5th, and he's thinking if he can keep Manderson from actually trying to take this 3rd base, he can probably just beat him up with economy. But interesting thing, though, is Manderson's moving out in the middle of the map, and I'm not sure Manbon is actually aware of this. He's going to walk in the vision range, though, and now he sees it. Here comes the attack. Lings moving in. The Banelings are there, too. There's no splitting going on. Banelings are going to go off, oddly enough, mostly on the, yeah. I was about to say it's mostly going off against the siege tanks and the Marauders, but it actually doesn't matter because there's not that much stuff there, so the Banelings kind of crushed that pretty hard.